Hello, great people. Nigerian-born UK Conservative Party leader Kemi Badenoch has hit Nigeria hard again. This time around, it is the Nigerian police force. Kemi Badenoch accused the Nigerian police force of robbing the Nigerian citizen and using the ammunitions that they are supposed to use to protect the citizens against Nigerian citizens themselves. And she shared her experience with the Nigerian police. And in a moment, I'll be playing you the video of Kemi Badenoch, what she said, so that you can hear it yourself. Then after the video, we will be doing a content analysis of Kemi Badenoch's statement, how she answered and comported herself during the interview. We will be reviewing the implication of her statement on the Nigerian police force and, of course, the image of Nigeria as a whole. Then we will be looking at the effect of the ineffectiveness of Nigerian institutions on Nigeria itself and the general image of the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We will be doing that and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omosoladeja. And also, I want to see you in the comment section. What do you feel? What is your experience with the Nigerian police force? How has it been at your end? What have you experienced during your encounter with the Nigerian police force? And what can you say about the Nigerian police force? I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. But first, let's go and watch the video of Kemi Badenoch and come back for more discussion. Let's watch.
Use them to try and destroy us.
Do you trust the British police?
I do. But remember my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative. And coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, "Oh, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white," I was like, "Well," I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch.
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country, so people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to intimidate. But that's not the bar we should use for British police. Obviously, it should be much higher. But my experience was so positive when I was burgled, for example. The police were there, very helpful. They eventually caught the person. This is 2004, so 20 years ago. The police did catch, they did catch criminals, and now we've given them too much to do, in my view. So the police are the first line of defense for everything, and I think that burden makes it a lot harder for them to actually do the basics, and that's another thing that we need to look at.
Let's talk about some of the social issues that have exploded here.
There you have it. That's the view of Kemi Badenoch, where she asserted that Nigerian police stole her brother's shoe and wristwatch. What is your own experience with the Nigerian police? I look forward to reading from you in the comment section. Now, let's do a content analysis of what Kemi Badenoch said in that interview and assess the implications from various perspectives. First, let us look at what Kemi Badenoch said. She was asked, "Do you trust the British police?" A question. Do you trust the British police? Then she went overboard and started talking about the Nigerian police before connecting it to the British police. The question is, do you trust British police? And you are supposed to answer whether you trust them or not and share your experience with them or not. Now, the comparative analysis is unnecessary. And as a Nigerian, whether you like it or not, you may have British passport, but at least you are a Nigerian. Your father is a Nigerian. So, and you still believe that you have the Nigerian ancestry. So even if you want to do a comparative analysis, it won't cost you anything to pick the good side and just keep the bad to yourself, especially when you are on the international forum speaking to foreign media. The foreign media already have their negative perspective about Nigeria. Some of you that are watching me from the diaspora, you know what I'm talking about as regards Nigeria's image with these foreign institutions, because they believe that nothing good exists in Nigeria or nothing good can come out of Nigeria. So if you, a high-profile, high-ranking Nigerian, can be making such assertion about the Nigerian police, definitely it is very bad. And one thing is that if the journalist had asked Kemi Badenoch about her experience with the Nigerian police or about Nigerian police, it would have been different. But the question was expressly about the British police force. So why navigate to the Nigerian police force. So why do you always find it easy at any opportunity to rub the name of Nigeria in the mud? Now, if you are just watching my video on Kemi Badenoch, you may be missing out on something, because I have spoken in her favor quite a lot of time, and I've spoken about the excesses of Nigerian government and how Nigerian government usually like to clinch with successful people despite the fact that they have no input in their success and their journey to stardom. So in this case, you would see that Kemi's outburst to me is unnecessary. I think she's just addicted to rubbing the name of Nigeria in the mud. Then she said something that police in Nigeria would rob us. Police in Nigeria would rob us. I think Kemi Badenoch has good education. She has quality education. So she should be able to know about sentence structure and the sensitivity of using words. If you say police in Nigeria would rob us, that is you painting the whole of Nigerian police in one brush. And I can tell you for a fact, I have experienced it. There are some good Nigerian police officers. There are also some terrible ones. There are some terrible Nigerian police officers that you will imagine that, is this one a human being? I have shared an experience with you on this platform whereby I walked into a police station to go and see somebody that was detained, and I saw a police officer, an inspector, and I addressed him as Inspector so and so, because I refused to give them a tip before I see the person that was detained. The guy started yelling at me. I was very angry. I had to yell at him back that, what do you mean? You are an inspector, and I'm calling you by your rank in your official uniform, and you are misbehaving. What should I call you? Should I call you Mr.? So for me, or should I promote you more than your rank, or should I demote you below your rank? So for the fact that I can identify your rank and call you by the name of your rank, you are supposed to be happy that at least I'm well informed. So there are some terrible police officers. There are some police officers that when you meet them, all they're after is extortion. They just want to extort you, extort your life. In fact, if it's possible for them to extort your destiny, it's possible. They'll just go and extort if it is possible for them. So we've seen police officers that, and of course, we read it all over the social media, where police will take Nigerians to POS and, tell them to be using their ATM card to transfer money to, any given account. So there are terrible police officers in Nigeria, but also there are some fantastic, brilliant police officers. You will recall recently, I read it in the papers, whereby I think it was in Lagos State that a fraudster was nabbed by the police, and I think he offered the police, was it about $100,000? Yeah, I think $100,000. Time to be corrected. And the police officers said no. They arrested him. We've seen cases whereby people will have like a car breakdown, and the police will stop to protect them. We have good, fantastic police officers that are very intelligent. But the problem is that if you look at the ratio of those that are bad, we can argue that are more than the ratio of those that are good. And that is where Nigerian government itself is a problem unto itself. Because you are supposed to be doing more to identify the bad officers. For instance, if Kemi Badenoch knows that she can make a complaint about her brother's missing shoe and wristwatch, and that missing shoe and wristwatch will be fished out, those officers will be found, and justice will be given to his brother. Maybe she wouldn't be so angry to the extent that she would go and drag the name of Nigerian police in the mud before the British media. That is one thing we need to look. So it is two sides of a coin. Your comment about Nigerian police will be about your experience with the Nigerian police. And experience is personal. Kemi Badenoch's experience may be different from yours. And that's why I said I want to read about your comment with Nigerian police in the comment section. So she said police stole her brother's shoe and wristwatch. And can some of Nigerian police officers steal? I cannot say it is not impossible. Because recently, the people that are doing this money, should I call it money laundering or exchange of notes at parties, that you will transfer money to them and they will give you new Naira notes. Those people were nabbed at Abuja airport, whereby they have collected, I think, about 120 million from the CBN. And the people that nabbed them are Nigerian police. But at the end of the day, A substantial amount of that money had been missing. If you read the news very well, you'd have read it recently. Who picked those people? The police. The money was in whose custody? The police. The money got missing in whose custody? The police. That's why I said your experience with Nigerian police will depend on your interaction with them and the kind of police officers that you meet. But there are some good, fantastic, and very decent police officers in Nigeria that I can say. And regardless of anything, the police is still responsible for the kind of security that we have today. Even though Nigeria is not totally secure, if the police decide to hands off the matter of Nigeria, you can imagine the level of anarchy that there will be in the land. During NSAS, that there was protest against the police. Look at how hoodlums used the opportunity to loot shops. So we cannot cope without the existence of the police. We can only strive and advocate for a better police force. So I will advise Kemi Badenoch to, at least based on that Niger spirit, cease from denigrating Nigeria before the British media. See, Nigeria has hurt each and every one of us. But I won't denigrate Nigeria before foreigners. If I'm with my friends who are foreigners, you cannot speak bad about Nigeria. I won't allow you. Because I believe every country has its own problem. But if I'm with my fellow Nigerian, or I'm on Nigerian media, or I'm speaking with, I know that the people that are hearing me, or the people that I'm interacting with are Nigerians. Forget, if Nigeria do me wrong, or if I feel bad about any Nigerian citizen from A to Z, I give it to you as it hot. But if I'm with my foreign friends, that sense of patriotism is always in me, because I won't sell Nigeria out badly. So if I'm Kemi Badenoch, if I'm within my fellow Nigerians, I will speak my mind. But if I'm before a foreign media, I wouldn't have said it explicitly like that, to use one brush to paint the whole of Nigerian police force. I think that is not right. You see, Nigeria have sown a seed of hate in many Nigerians. As much as you may want to blame Kemi Badenoch, always remember that the Nigeria that we live in have sown a seed of hate. The Nigeria that we all grew up in have sown a seed of hate in the mind of Nigerians towards the country itself. In the sense that, if you look at it, look at every normal day of a Nigerian. You wake up, you encounter traffic, and when you get to the front, you see that it's just one big pothole that caused the traffic. You go into every government office, there's corruption existing. People are just looking for how to collect bribe, how to cheat the system. You are driving, you meet road safety on the road. They want to extort you for no genuine reason. You meet police on the road, police is asking for tip. You get home, there's no electricity. You want to go to the filling station, there is no fuel, or fuel is unaffordable. You are a university student, ASU will go to strike. Then you turn on the TV to listen to news. All you hear is corruption, insecurity news. And this is what is your daily experience. If you have opportunity to break out, to break away from that hellish experience, you would have this, displeasure against Nigerian leaders and the general Nigerian system. And that is what is wrong with Kemi Badenoch. Be that as it may, I think Kemi Badenoch should try and be cool with her orations, because at the end of the day, a day may come that she will need Nigeria. And when that day comes, it will be very bad if she is not free to relate with her fatherland. And I would advise Nigerian police, don't say because Kemi Badenoch has spoken against you. Whenever she comes into the country, give her protection. Give her adequate protection. In fact, combine police with military with DSS. You know why? If anything happens to her whenever she visits Nigeria, that bad that happened to her would have given validation to everything she has said about Nigeria. If Kemi Badenoch comes into Nigeria and you want to say because she always speaks against Nigeria, you don't want to give her the required protection. You just want to leave her vulnerable. If anything happens to her, that which has happened to her would have given validation to every negative thing that she has said about Nigeria. And of course, We don't want that for the image of Nigeria. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course, I have great, interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely. And remember to drop your comment about your experience with the Nigerian police force. See you in my next video. Bye.